Welcome to Apply EBP's YouTube channel. You might be curious about why many therapists advise against using the term qualify for school-based OT, PT, or other related services. Here are the key reasons. Reason 1. IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, does not use the term qualify in reference to related services. In the few instances where IDEA uses the word qualify, it is generally in the context of determining whether a child qualifies as a child with disabilities. Reason 2. Using the term qualify creates confusion. It gives the perception that a test with a cutoff score must be administered to qualify a child. However, IDEA states that we should not use any single measure or assessment as the sole criterion for determining an appropriate educational program for the child. The term qualifying also gives the impression that the therapist alone can qualify a child for their services. Instead, IDEA emphasizes a collaborative approach where the whole team decides whether a child requires special education and related services. And it is important to emphasize that once a child is deemed eligible for special education, they are also eligible for any and all related services. There is no separate eligibility or qualification process for related services. Therefore, when making this decision, phrase the question as how do we determine the child's need for related services? This change in language fosters a more accurate and collaborative approach. Then you may ask, how do we determine whether a child needs a related service? The team must determine whether any additions of related services are needed to enable the child to meet the measurable annual goals set out in the IEP of the child. In this way, the focus of the decision-making is the student and how they can meet their IEP goals. Hold on. I thought therapists come up with goals after OT, PT or related services are identified for a student. Are you saying that we should first create goals and then decide whether a related service is required? Yes. Look at your school's IEP form, and flip through the different sections or pages. Which one comes first? Goals or related services? Goals come first. Hence, it shows the intention that goals are completed before determining related services. In the same token, many state practice guidelines for OT, PT and other related services require that the IEP team must establish the student's IEP goals prior to determining the need for related services. Placing related services before setting the goals would be like putting a carriage before a horse. Are you wondering how to get the horse in front of the carriage? Here are Apply EBP's recommendations. Recommendation 1. Replace the word qualify with let's determine the child's need for OT, PT, or any other related service. Recommendation 2. Keep in mind that a related service provider's assessment is not to qualify the child for related services. The purpose of the assessment is to collect data to help the team determine whether the child is eligible for special education and related services. Recommendation 3. Advocate to set the IEP goals first before determining what related services may be needed. This may not be an easy task. Get everybody on the same page by sharing this video with the whole IEP team. You can also download, print and share this infographic with your team. Simply click the link in the description below. Embracing this approach not only ensures goals and related services are student-centered, aligning with the child's educational needs, but it also fosters greater collaboration so that every team member is working towards the same goals. Looking for more in-depth guidance on determining related service needs and crafting student-centered IEP goals? We invite you to join Apply EBP's Expert Series on deciding need and amount of school-based OT and PT services, and creating goals that are easy to monitor courses. Make sure to subscribe to the Apply EBP channel and activate the notification bell to stay updated on all matters concerning school-based OT, PT, and other related services. And, as always, please show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it with your colleagues. Thanks for tuning in.